Well, hello there. I'm back again. I'm in the shed talking about eggshells. So, I'm in quite a few groups. Hi from me. And I see people ask questions, people who've just started and, they've got loads of eggshells. What can they do with them? And, you get the obvious questions, crush them up, put them around plants and all that. It's a waste. And I understand as well at the same time, it takes a while for these eggshells to degrade. It does. So, you're not really going to put much in the soil. But it's a bit like perlite and vermilite, I think, or vermilite, or something you call it, which aerates the soil. I don't want to go to the shops and buy that. And at the same time, I want something to just, aerate the soil a little bit, just to give it a little bit, not a cloggy structure, but more of an aerated structure. So I thought myself, I'm going to use the eggshells. At the same time, talking about eggshells, I think I got the chickens 2019. So, I had 4 chickens and I got 8 and then I had 12, you're getting 12 per day. And using all these eggshells, and you think, what can I do with them? So I had a little composter at home. And I was just putting tea bags in there, banana skins, eggs. I did try and dry them out a bit in the oven and then powder them in a NutriBullet. That didn't work because, it clunked to the sides of the NutriBullet. It was like stuck. So I didn't do that again. So I thought, well, what else can I do? It's got calcium in it. I'll just start chucking it in my compost pile. Sometimes I wasn't crushing the eggs. I was just basically putting them in whole, whatever. Show them in, and my compost pile now, you wouldn't even know that there was any eggshells in there. You're talking about 2 to 3 years. So it probably takes a good 2 to 3 years for these to degrade. As you can see, I'm starting to put I'm putting stuff on, and I'm just treating it like perlite or vermiculite, I think so. And I'm just putting it in there, and I'm just mixing it up like that. Obviously, I'll do a bit better mixing that. I'll use the little hand fork. So for me, when it's in the compost pile, the worms and the insects are having a good go at it. I remember I had it in the Dalek, and they'd been there for a year, and they were like, obviously this colour, but within a year they were, brown, like stained, rotten away. And now, like I say, if I go in my compost pile now, bearing in mind this is, say this, if there's any eggshells in there, this is my stuff from the compost pile. Now there's no eggshells in there, so rotted away. So like I say, insects are gonna take this down, nibble at it, digest it. I can't say the bloody word there. Digest it. And as they digest it, the poop. And all their poop goes out. So they're processing in the stomachs. Worms, stuff like that. Like I say, is do what you want. But that's how I do it. I don't put in the oven. I just bring them here and just let them just dry out naturally. And just crush them by hand. There. That's a good enough size, you know what I mean? Nothing, I'm not going to get any illnesses or nothing like that. Yeah, there might be some old egg white in it, but that's dried out. And like I said, I'm just going to put them there and just give it a good mix. Just to aerate a little bit. Am I wrong? Am I right? You know what I mean? Like I say, it's not going to add anything really to the soil I'm using for potting on and stuff like that, but it's just going to aerate a little bit. And then when these pots, eventually when most of the plants go into these sort of pots, if not the 5-6 inch pots over there, this will eventually, what's been in the pot, it'll just go on the ground, and then that'll be in that place until it rots down. And I continuously do that. I am adding extra. When it comes to compost and potting on and all that, as I was talking to the wife today, she has to go and buy more compost. I think she bought 3 bags, and then Barbara, that's helping her, she had bought, I don't know, 2 or 3 bags, so she has to buy more. And with me doing this constantly all the time, reusing, adding that extra, bulking it up as you do, it goes quite far. Everything that I've potted on so far has been used with old compost from last year. And bearing in mind that the compost that's from last year from the pots has had half chicken poop and half of my homemade compost in it, most of it. Some haven't. Some, well, I would say 99% have, say 1% haven't. So, you know, hopefully there's a little bit in there when I'm potting on. But I'm going to go into the chicken coop and start sieving some coop poop out of there. And start potting on with that as well. But yeah, like I said, I thought I'd just do a quick chat about eggshells. You know what I mean? People say dry them up in the oven, but as someone I put on, which I read yesterday, the kitchen stinks. And if I've cracked some eggs and I'll leave it in the egg box and it's lying there for a couple of days, you know what the smell is. I don't have to explain to you what the smell is. So I can imagine if you're putting them in the oven, you know, using electricity, you know, cost of living, we don't want to start wasting money when you can just put them in like this. Well, I'll just show you. So I've just brought 6 down like that. Now they'd be lying there for weeks and weeks, depending on the weather, how dry it is. And then, like I said, eventually I'll just do that. So just do that. It's as easy as that. Nothing complicated. It does get on me man moves when people are just basically making things so complicated. When I try and do my videos, I try and make them so easy, so simple. So it's, you know, you're not scratching going, well, I've got all that. It's a bit like I say, is when I first started doing wine, the amount of videos of do this, do that, do this, do that. Sometimes you have to work through the whole lot to find out what the truth is, what works for you. But this works for me. Like I say, it's so easy. I mean, there's absolutely loads of eggs in there. You know, it doesn't take much to just, you know, crush them up. Doesn't take much at all. So yeah, do that. Like I says, bear in mind when you add that in there, it ain't going to do much for the plant. I know it's calcium and they tell you to put it with the tomatoes and stuff like that. I had thought when I was doing the powder to do that, maybe sprinkle it on the roots and all that, but I thought no, it's not going to do anything. You probably need it more soluble than that. You know, if a root gets that bit of shell, how's it going to get the nutrients out of that? It has to rot down, grow into the soil. You know, when you've got your little insects like that going, oh, there's an eggshell, oh, I'll have a bit of that. I'll eat that and poop it out my arse. I shouldn't swear there, but I'll poop it out my bum. And then it goes in the soil. It's a win-win. Recycle, recycle, recycle. Anyway, it's bye from me and bye from the centipede. Is it centipede? Anyway, draw. Hopefully you do this. Make life simple. Happy sowing, happy growing. Bye from me.